Good morning, everybody. How are you doing? It's Kareem Jackson. You are live on the set with me. I am so glad to see you guys out there. This is going to be a good show. You guys saw you saw the thumbnail. I posted the whole entire outline of the whole episode in the article format on our website, on our social media, because I wanted you guys to see what we're talking about. This is the biggest question I get from all over the world, of course, but of course from back home in the United States, where there's like 40 million folks that are unemployed, many of those not going back to work ever, between post-corona situations, between pre-existing conditions, and of course between the fact that the companies have closed. Like, we have businesses that have closed. So you guys, this episode about how I quit my job, you guys, or how to quit your job, is going to be really, really great for you guys. You guys know my ebook is out. You guys outsource everything. You guys saw that commercial. Really cool ebook that tells you 28 pages, you guys, about how I outsourced my business, my lifestyle, and how I moved to Asia after I outsourced and got free. And I've been reinventing myself and rebuilding myself pretty much from scratch ever since. But I put a book together. You can get the ebook at my website. You can go to Google Play also on the App Store and grab that ebook. It's just $9.99, you guys. It's 28 pages about how I outsourced everything and got free. And it's been a wonderful journey, you guys. So without further ado, you guys, you're here because you want to learn how to quit that job, right? You are sick of that boss, or either you ain't got no job, you're at home. I'm gonna tell you how I did it numerous times to make a smooth transition for my business, whether I've had a business and I was getting rid of it and it was going down. I went to go work to build myself back up. That's kind of my MO throughout my life, is I've done that. I've enjoyed more starting companies, and I've enjoyed then selling them or exiting them in some great way. And then usually I got a job. I would go and work somewhere. I might chill for a while. You know, I got a yacht, you guys, in Long Beach, California. When I left my business, Minority Success, in Kansas City, I went back to California, got a boat. I got a catamaran. It was really, really awesome. I lived on the pier, and then I created the magazine that's now known as the Philippines Magazine International. I waited tables, you guys, at the Cheesecake Factory, making, I think, $3.33 an hour. Okay. And then I transferred to California. I was the award-winning best waiter at that restaurant, and I went there, and in California it was freaking $10 an hour plus tips, so that was kick-ass. And I worked right on Marina Del Rey, if you guys know where that is, and I waited tables, you guys. I lived in my boat, which it sounds very saucy, it is, but at the end of the day, it's a lot cheaper to live on a freaking boat than it is to live on a house, or live in a house in California on the pier. So I was never supposed to ever go to the Philippines. That was not the original business plan. But what happened was is that I went there for a vacation with a partner of mine back in the day, like 10 years ago. And I already had my magazines from Asia. What I was doing at that time was only outsourcing. I was a waiter. I was working on my magazine business, and I was only outsourcing. So we launched the Philippines Magazine. We had advertisers, we had sponsors and things like that. And I outsourced the printing to the Philippines, and then they shipped me the copies. And then at that time, it was nothing really to do with the Philippines. It was mainly showcasing the Philippines, working with the Department of Tourism in the Philippines and all those great agencies. And then we distributed those copies all over California, Los Angeles, Daly City, where at that time was a Filipino mayor there. And then we distributed in the States, partly created in the Philippines, partly created in LA, showcasing Philippines entrepreneurs, and had a directory of Filipinos in the United States, had a directory in the back of the magazine showcasing attorneys and artists and photographers that were Filipino businesses in LA, much like Black folks do, how we have a Black pages. We did that for Filipinos and distributed it in the Philippines. What had happened was, after my first time I went to go, finally, I had an office in the Philippines where we did the design and things like that. Then I had photography in the Philippines, and then we had a printer in the Philippines in Makati City. Thank you very much, you guys. Thank you. I knew none of these places before. I had no idea who they were. I was waiting tables and outsourcing blindly. This has got to be great, because I knew at that time $1 was worth $55. So I was like, at the least I could outsource and then save money, because I'd already had a business. But the reason that we closed it down and we reinvented ourselves was because it was so expensive. We just couldn't afford to print. We couldn't afford to pay for graphics designers. I mean, the overhead was killing us. Friends of mine who were Filipino, and they were celebrities, successful Filipinos that I knew from LA, they were going home for a visit. And I went with them as a vacation. And I was like, okay, well, great. I'd never been here before. I worked with the Department of Tourism already. I had printers here, but I'd never been here before. So I said, well, let's go. I went. I got off the plane like, damn, this place is beautiful. This is a great place. What is all the drama? And then the Department of Tourism sent me a messenger or a host to meet me at the airport with the lei and all that crap. Phenomenal. I went to their offices. The hospitality was amazing. Now, mind you, back home, I'm a freaking waiter at that time. We're reinventing myself, putting this company together. I didn't want to take a great corporate show-off job because I knew I couldn't just quit, right? When I came back, long story short, you guys, I came back to the States. I went back to my life, started waiting tables again, doing what I'm doing, and I was miserable. Every day I was like, you know what? I knew this was going to work. It's working out for me. I really got to get out of this job. So I finally wrote the business plan, found an investor, and I finally went back to the Philippines for the second time. I did the second issue of the magazine, and I did the marketing, and we got sponsors like Hooters. Thank you, Jesus, for Hooters. Thank you for the Department of Tourism for their support and believe it in the very beginning to sponsor our second issue that we came out with. So I burned the bridges. I had to succeed or go back home. And my job at the Cheesecake Factory was waiting on me. I gave up my car. I gave up my boat. I would have to come back home and stay with family, but I wanted to make this work. So anyway, because you guys, I'm going to tell you about how it is that money is not needed to make money and to get rich. You don't need money. So if someone's telling you about how you can quit your job and how you're going to get started and how you're going to do it, and you're like, oh my God, I have all these bills. I need to make all this money. It's not true. That is a working class employee thinking that makes you think that you need money to make money. Because if that's the case, why would someone have a business? Am I correct? Why would they be an entrepreneur? They do what they do to make money. That's the point of it. So why would you need money to make money unless you're thinking like a worker? It may be different for each entrepreneur what they need to put together in this secret sauce. The outcome ends up being cold, hard cash. But at the end of the day, you don't need money to make money. So let's get number one, you guys. The first thing I want to talk to you about, you got to make your goal right now to be an entrepreneur. Not your dream, not your mama's dream, not your epiphany, not your whatever the hell words you want to use. You got to make your goal right now. And you got to make it your goal. Make entrepreneurship your goal. Okay, you need to decide on the future that you want. Then stop dreaming, my God. Stop watching what others are doing on TV or online and envying them. Make freedom your goal, okay? Freedom, that is the goal. Get the hell out of here. That is my goal. I'm only working here to get the fuck out of here. Then visualize. Close your damn eyes and visualize. See yourself free. See yourself dealing with customers and taking money and doing closing deals. See yourself manifesting that goal. Do you get it? You have to make sure that you see yourself making what you dream of happen for you. And you know what? You take it for granted. Vision is a powerful, powerful thing. They call it in the Bible that why would God give you the desire if you can't achieve it? And you know what? They right. God wouldn't dangle it in front of your face. He wouldn't give you that desire and you couldn't achieve it. The devil would do that. The devil's going to block you. Make it your goal. Goals are achieved. Don't make it your New Year's resolution. I didn't say that. Make it your goal. Every day when you walk in that job, like I was waiting tables, I was the best ass kissing waiter you could imagine because you know what? I was funding my dream every single day. My focus wasn't on buying Gucci's, not no more. It wasn't on going out to drink. It wasn't on partying. It wasn't on getting my hair did. But my goal was to get the hell out of there. Then my other goal at the time when I first started waiting tables, my goal was to quit the high-end stress business that I had in downtown, looking over downtown in my damn 10,000 square foot office space. I was sick of that. Put everything aside. Don't think about Christmas presents, birthday presents, going out, nothing. You focus 100% on getting the hell out and going directly to your dream. That's the goal. That is the purpose you are working right now. And then next, you guys, yes, improve your work ethic, people. You can't be a sorry employee and you're going to be a better entrepreneur. Ain't going to work. The best employees make the best entrepreneurs. You will need to work, y'all, every day. Think of the business as your second job. And you work it like it's your life, like it depends on it. Because at the end of the day, your life does depend on it. It does. You are dying in that job. You're giving everything away from free. You're working your butt off. You're working 50 hours a week, 60 hours a week, and you don't even like to be there, motherfucker. Think about it. That's killing you. High stress, depression, all that is from a sorry ass job usually. Now, if you're doing a job you love, it's different. You need to be the best employee to be an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is not easier than working. If that's the case, everybody be doing it. You may make more money as an entrepreneur, maybe, but you definitely have more freedom. Most entrepreneurs, we start because either we care about the community, we want to create an opportunity like FUBU. They created that company because they want to employ young Black people. We want to do it because it's our passion, it's what we love, like Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg started because that's what he loved. He loved them damn computers. He didn't create Facebook. He didn't even think about $1 billion. That wasn't even on his mind at the time. He never saw it as the money. He loved doing this. That was his thing. It got him excited. Me, I'm a writer. I love writing. But it's a lot easier to write when you own the company that hires the writers. That's why I do publishing. That's why I do consulting. That's why I have my company, CrimAntonio.com. You need to make sure that you improve your work ethic because that is exactly what you expect from folks that work from you. You can't be a crappy ass employee and then expect folks to do for your company. You should be the best employee because even if you work your job and you keep your job forever and retire, so you get that employment or you get that retirement or you get those benefits, whatever you need, then you work your business on the side. So that money becomes your side hustle and that company builds. And then eventually when you do retire, you have an investment. You have a big thing sitting over here that you can run and operate yourself. So you're not bored. Make a little cash flow. But you got to be the best employee, people, to be the best entrepreneur. So after you do that, you've improved your work ethic. You made it your goal. You may not believe me on this one, y'all. You may think I'm crazy, but you need to know this. What's your gross salary? Don't be shy. It's only a job. It ain't your company. What do you make? What is your gross salary? Let me explain to you. You need to know that number. And if you cannot answer this question and you are shy to put it up here in the comments and you embarrassed of it or whatever, then you know why? Because you are working. That's why. Entrepreneurs, we tell it all the time. We fill out forms. What's your company make? How many employees you got? It's a common number, right? You need to know your gross salary because you need to know your freedom number. I call it the freedom number. Just like a slave buying his or her freedom from their master, y'all. I call the gross salary number your freedom number because that number right there represents your future, not your dream number. Is it 1K a month? Is it 3K a month, 5K a month? And be honest, y'all, be honest. Do not lie to yourself. You ain't lying to me, you're lying to yourself. Now it's about getting free, or for millions of people around the world, it's about simply replacing their income. But that number of your job, whatever that gross is, you guys, you need to have that number in your head because every entrepreneur has a freedom number. If I do X, Y, Z, if I make this or get that, I'm walking out. We have that number in our head. We're only working the job for a means to an end. That's why we work it so good. We don't look at it like I'm going to be here forever. I hate these people. I'm only here for a limited time, y'all. Year, 2 year, 3 year, whatever it is, you on borrowed time with me. So you better use me up while you can. And I need the hours. Have that freedom number in your head. So you have the freedom number in your head. You know what you do next? This. Reverse engineer your salary, you guys. It may seem complicated to reverse engineer. That sounds very complicated, but it ain't. It's very, very simple. Establish the math, use your freedom number. How much do you need to make? I make $2,000 a month. That's your gross income. And that is, by the way, y'all, the average American income. Don't get it twisted, y'all. So then an entrepreneur says, okay, so I divide that by, say, $100. So that means I need to make 20 sales every single month to get the hell off this damn job. Or, make it more simple. Let's give another angle. Maybe you don't have anything worth $100. So what will you give a value for $100? Or perhaps try $50. So now you need 40 sales a month. So you need one or two people every single day to support your dream, your goal, your business, your entrepreneurship venture for you to be able to get that freedom number. It's very simple. Numbers are the same, baby, for everybody. They don't see no color. They don't see if you're black, white, green, yellow. They don't see if your sexuality, if you're gay, straight. They don't even see your disability. Numbers do not lie. They're the same for me as it is for that white dude over there. That's why entrepreneurship is such a powerful thing, you guys. And as an entrepreneur or business owner, your taxes are deducted, as I said before, and paid after you pay your expenses. Unlike when you were an employee, you paid everything first. Now you reverse engineer what you make. You divide that into whatever it is you want to do. Keep that in mind, you guys, okay? After you figured all that out, you reverse engineered that your salary, then you know what you need to do? Go ahead. People, you need to educate yourself about entrepreneurship, learn about it, study it, understand this is who you're going to be. Sorry to say, but being an employee and being a boss or an owner, they are not the same things, y'all. They are completely different lifestyles, goals, mentalities, and different skills to learn. I'm not trying to rain your parade. I know that you just want to get into it and you want to apply what you already know, right, to what you're doing right now. But let me be real clear, y'all. Nope, that ain't going to work. It ain't going to happen. You're going to be burnt out. You're going to be frustrated. You're going to be mad because in the day, they're completely different. If you're a cook or a chef at a restaurant and you hate the boss, the owners, the paycheck, whatever it is, the location, you decide to be an entrepreneur. Typically, the first thing you're going to do is say, well, I'm going to open a restaurant. When you open that restaurant, unless you have an operational partner, you don't have time to cook anymore. Or you're just exhausted cooking and marketing, promotions, designing the sign, getting the logos, the uniforms, the colors, the renovations, the pots, the pans, all the things that go into it. You're not cooking that much. I can be an entrepreneur, which I have done before. I don't cook, but I personally have owned restaurants. My family owns restaurants. You don't have to own a business in what you do. Entrepreneurship is the same mentality no matter what you do. Doesn't matter whether it's retail, service, not-for-profit, in America, abroad. I'm evidence. I'm an entrepreneur. I can move anywhere in the world to be an entrepreneur. So at the end of the day, you've got to educate yourself about what it is that entrepreneurship really is. And you will meet other entrepreneurs. Some it's about getting rich. I have never really met a true entrepreneur that cares about the money. You usually, when you meet entrepreneurs, you're shocked that they're a millionaire. You're shocked. You don't believe it. You don't know. Because that's not their goal. Many of them don't even know how much they make or the values and things like that. You can make as much money as you want if you're free from that job and you're in entrepreneurship. You're not going to make it at a job. So you got to get free, you guys. So keep that in mind. Our next one, you guys, I want to tell you about this, is you need to take action right now, you guys. Don't hesitate. Don't be insecure. Don't be stressed out. Go ahead and take action right now. There's no boss anymore. If you will be selling something online, then get the damn domain right now. If you're making meals for delivery, get that logo or that Facebook page today, okay, people? If you will be grooming pets, then go get the clippers, the scissors that you need today, right now. Don't wait. If you need to establish yourself, then work for free in the beginning. Take action. So if you're sitting there wondering, well, how can I do this? What can I do? How can I take action? How can I make it to where I can do? It's so simple, you guys. You got to take action because at the end of the day, that's when you start believing and respecting yourself. As an entrepreneur, you are 90% of the time going to be alone. No doubt about it. Don't BS about it. Don't be stressed about it. Don't care about it. Don't be mad about it. At the end of the day, this is your goal. This is your dream. You are responsible for this. When you hand that card to someone, it's you. You're not promoting this other thing, this other person, this other situation. You could be cleaning the tables like my girl in the picture earlier, Mickey D's, but you can be the CEO of your own business. You could be a director of nothing at this other job or this where you're working, and you can be the CEO of your own. Or you can be humble and you can just have a car with no title. The freedom to be able to do good and not be hinged with the American economy. That's one of my things. That's why I didn't move to Mexico or Puerto Rico. I want to be a little further away to where if it was like 2008 again, recession, I didn't think about a pandemic, but a recession took 2008. I wasn't going to lose because I was tied to the American economy. Even though I'm not working or doing business there as much anymore, I do a little bit. I want to be global, and I want to be able to know what is it like to live in a freaking resort. And BS aside, white folks do it all the time. White folks are everywhere. They're on resorts. They're living in Bali and traveling the world, working online. You rarely see black people doing it. Minorities, rarely do you see minorities doing it. And truthfully, you don't see many women doing it. But in the day, I thought, well, how the hell do you live at a resort that most people can't even afford to stay at once a year for vacation? And you're just living there every day? How the hell is that possible? How are you traveling to places that people can't even afford to go to in a lifetime? And to tell you this secret again, you guys, it's not because you're making a bunch of money. It's a different lifestyle. And the money, usually you're surprised when it hits it. You're like, oh my God, it hit. I'm doing cool. But initially, you want to be free. I want you to understand one thing when it comes down to it. It's not easy out here being an entrepreneur, you guys. It's not easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. So right now, you guys, I want to talk about never give up, you guys. You can't give up. You can't go into this with some fictitious number in your head, even though you don't make the money or things don't happen the way you want them to happen. If you make your freedom your goal, it'll put you through the hard times, because at the end of the day, your goal is not just money, it's about freedom. And you may not think about it when you're working, but when you own, freedom is more valuable to you than money. So when it comes down to it, you guys, never give up on your goal. You need to be tenacious. This is not about material wealth or showing off to the Joneses. Not anymore, you guys. Now your inspiration is freedom. The only one that controls you maybe is your clients, your people that you work with. But believe me, it is not easy. Just like working in a job, now you work for yourself. You are building the business. So when the going gets tough, you guys, you must focus on the goal. If something fails, you redesign. You replan, you rejuvenate, but you never, ever give up, you guys. This time, you are quitting on yourself. That's the big difference. The good thing about owning your own crap is that if it messes up, you are in control. If your job screws up or you hate the situation, you have no control. If you want to make more money at your job, how do you do that? What do you get a promotion? Do you go to school? You learn how to be a better employee for them? But in a business, you could say, okay, I'm going to sell more. I'm going to get more. I'm going to work more. I'm going to be more effective, more efficient. You control so much of your life. If your goal is to make $1 million, then instead of dividing that $2,000 a month, you need to divide $100,000 a month. And that's going to give you the number that you need to make that goal. And you are in control. That's what we're calling freedom. You have the freedom to choose, to create the systems the way that you want, to work with who you want to work, where you want to work, everything, because you're not tied to that job anymore. It's going to be hard, y'all. Be real. It's not going to be easy. Yeah, don't give up, honey. Understand, whatever that freedom number is. Now, I'm telling you again, a secret to entrepreneurship: do not make that freedom number any higher than your gross income. Don't fall into that trap. Don't go for the bling bling. Sister, don't go for the $1 million. If you make $100,000 a year at a job, that is like making $1 million, at least $500,000 at a business. Understand that really quick. 1, you're taxed after. 2, you're free. You do what you want. You're enjoying. You're happy. 4, things are cheaper as an entrepreneur. You're not paying retail. And then mind you, typically if you're an entrepreneur now, and especially if you're online, you don't even need a car. I have not had a car, you guys, in over a decade. The next thing on the list of I've got here is right here is understand that outsourcing is leverage. Outsourcing today, if you are selling makeup and you don't make it and you don't touch it and it's shipped by some strip company, you're outsourcing. You're leveraging. That is going to give you some freedom that you cannot imagine, because now you can do your business on the side. You can build your brand. You can build your image. You can do YouTube videos and things like that you're seeing right now, and then sell products, sell makeup, outsource, or have the company that does it for you. You have a supplier. You call them on the phone. They make your shoes. They make your clothes. They make your perfume. They make your makeup. They make your whatever. And you outsource everything, because now there's so many companies out there. No one needs to open another physical business right now. No one. No small business person. There's so many people out here with companies that need customers right now that everyone could outsource today. Give the people that are doing the businesses that don't know marketing as good as you, that don't know sales as good as you, that don't look like you, or the market that you represent, give them the business, you guys. This is the ultimate leverage, especially when you are still working your job. Rich people know this, you guys. Leverage is the secret to wealth. And I'm in the beginning, it is the key to freedom. So when you're first starting, outsourcing is how you can get free. And many that I know, to be honest, nothing against them, I'm not going to mention any names, they're not even great doctors. That's why they have great doctors working for them, because they're really good at marketing and sales. So if that's what you're good at, then you may need to leverage the business out to other people, other companies that do the stuff, the products or the services for you, because you're better at this than they are. So you guys, another thing that most folks are not understanding with me, and they don't believe me, so I'm going to break it down. I mentioned it earlier, and a lot of folks, I actually get in arguments about this. People actually argue with me. They get so upset with me when I say this, you guys. And you know what it is? It doesn't take money to make money, okay? Every rich person, ask any rich person, if you took everything they had today, they had nothing, could they survive? And more than likely, could they get back to where they were? And their answer would be, hell yes. Hell yeah, I can do that. What are you talking about? I made this. That's what they're going to tell you. And you know why? Because it does not take money to make money. You know what it takes? Vision. Vision is more powerful than money. And everyone, I understand, does not have vision. If your idea is good enough, if your idea is proven a little bit, has a little track record, you can learn to present to people and get OPM money. But you yourself do not need money. That's entrepreneurship, you guys. Because at the end of the day, like I told before, don't focus on the big picture of the money. You want to get free. Usually people take themselves for granted. They don't realize you're worth $20, $30, $40, $50, $100,000 a year. Your brain, the other person, they're paying you your job. They're paying you. Why are they paying you? You're worth something. So if you don't charge yourself, you just put in sweat equity to build this, to get it to where it is. That's worth something. You've been here to the end. I'm so glad you're here. We're going to wrap this up, but I promised you guys that I was going to give you a bonus situation, right? If you guys stay to the end, and here is your bonus, you guys. You need to do the hard work, and you need to shed all your shit, people. If you don't need it, it's part of your old life, get rid of it, okay? Believe me, I am not just saying this because I am a minimalist CEO. I wasn't always a CEO. Back in the day, y'all, I wanted to be $1 million in the bank. I had the Escalade. I mean, I had a big house. I had it all. But I realized it doesn't have anything to do with happiness, you guys. It makes you go and you do things you don't want to do because you got to pay for all this crap. You can't never relax and enjoy yourself. You know, you can't even be who you are. Maybe you're too nice because you need to kiss ass to get these things paid for. Or maybe you're a jerk because you're so overwhelmed and pressured by what you got. So another hack for entrepreneurs, you guys, and artists is the power of minimalism. Understand, you guys, more than interior design or some grunge style, minimalism is a lifestyle and a mindset. Less is more are the fundamentals of business success, you guys. When you're focused on getting away from the entrapments of working class, just think, have you seen real, self-made, rich people flaunting their Gucci slides? Or some $3,000 purse? Have you ever seen them go in debt to show off? When you're in the rat race, within the city and the hood that you're in, or the state that you're in, or the region that you're in, you don't realize what's happening abroad. You don't see all the opportunities out here. And when I first went to Asia, that first time when I got off the plane, my first thought was, damn, they were all full of crap. They lied to me. They didn't tell black business owners especially, but small business owners in America, minority business owners. I had no idea I didn't have to pay $100,000 every issue to print my magazine, that I could outsource it. I had no idea. But when I got off the plane in Asia, the first time, Trump Towers, Paris Hilton was building a resort. It's now open. Fubu is right next to the Gucci store in the mall. Krispy Kreme Donuts is a 4 freaking star cafe. What the hell, Krispy Kreme Donuts, y'all? Come on now. I can go on and on and on and list companies in the States. 7-Eleven is a 4-star convenience store. What the hell is that? 7-Eleven. But in America, we don't know that. The dollar store in America. Abroad here, it's the $2 store. They're making double just being abroad. Kenny Rogers Roasters. Oh my God, none of you remember that. You remember Kenny Rogers? Did you even know he had a restaurant? No, because they've been bankrupt in America for over a generation. But they're booming abroad. I felt like no one told me that. I'm so busy here in the rat race, focused on this crap with all this shit around me. I never even thought, how are these companies around? And I realized they don't tell you that. They don't tell you that you don't need money to make money. They don't tell you that, you know what, if you can't afford to do this here, outsource. I left my jobs numerous times to create my thing, and how not for people who want to be millionaires. That's not who it's for, because you know what? Only Americans, we talk like that. Around the world, people are hungry. People, they don't have anything. They own nothing. And they're popping up and they're becoming rich millionaires in their own countries because they're discovering entrepreneurship and they're able to leverage technology and all of these things like outsourcing and everything better than Americans can. Think about this. During this pandemic, no other country besides America and the West, really a little bit here and there, gave money to any victims of COVID. But do you hear about all of the evictions in those countries? No. Do you hear about the homelessness in those countries? No. Do they even need the money? No. Are folks hurting? Oh, hell yeah. But how is it that they're able to do better? How can they have a little account on Upwork and do graphics or consulting or whatever it is and feed their families? Whereas in the States, $100,000 a year is not enough, because many of you could downgrade your lifestyles and you could live off $2,000 to $5,000 a month if you got rid of all that crap that you have, mainly shown off in your career. So keep that in mind. Love you all very much. So again, you guys, thank you very much. This is a great show, and I will see you next time. Cheers.